stakes as Kenyans head to the polls August 9th. That's next week. Let's get a sense of how things are looking for the markets and businesses right there in Kenya. Joining us now is Steve Ogutu, communications and development expert in Kenya, joining us via Zoom. Great to have you on the program. Hello, Steve. Can you hear me? Hello, Steve.
Can you hear me now? Sorry.
Okay, I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Have you and be on your show.
Oh, great. Great to have you on our new set, Steve. You're the first one I'm launching on this show. Thank you so much.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's
really
an honor for you.
Then it's a real pleasure now.
Exactly. Exactly. Thank you so much. So what's the mood like in Kenya? I know it's hot right now as elections coming up next week.
Wow, I mean, it's there's been a bit of tension here and there. Of course, that is expected with every election. But the good thing with this election is we don't see much chaos. We don't see much political violence. There are some pockets of violence here and there. And of course, because of that, the investors who might, not be comfortable in bringing the investment into the country. There are businesses that are a bit worried about this period, especially, we are going into an election next week. And so it's a wait and see for most businesses here. But the situation is not as bad as it has been in the past elections.
Quite interesting. That's actually good. That's actually good news, Steve. But right now, I know the stock market in Kenya has not, looked the best for a while. That's been trending downward. How is it looking, pre-election?
Okay, it still doesn't look so good. And of course, I think the contributing factor for this is the campaigns that have been going on in the election that we have coming up. We have, like I said, some bit of political chaos here and there. And I think that in itself really somewhat scares investors and businesses from investing heavily into the Kenyan market. But this year, I don't think we are going to have much tension to a point where businesses are going to be severely affected. Of course, when we look at the 2017 election, what they call the Nairobi Stock Exchange Share Index, that looks at that tracks the capitalization of companies here in Kenya. The market scored at 170.2 thereabout, which was a big improvement compared to other years. And so this year also we expect that the market isn't going to shrink a lot, especially given that the government of the day and the opposition leader in Kenya here, decided to come and work together after the 2017 election. And because of that, there has been some stability in terms of political stability. And with that, there is some confidence from a good number of investors who, see Kenya as a place to come and invest. But of course, like I said, with this campaign period, there's a bit of slight tension that might scare people here and there. But I don't think it's going to be as much as the previous years.
Right. Well, it'll be great to see in Africa, even though elections are coming, everything is still peaceful. People can go about their businesses. But how are businesses, managing, right now? I heard there were some closures, coming, some businesses closing up, there in Kenya because of the elections. How's it looking?
Right. The Kenya politics, just as is the case in many parts of Africa and maybe the world, is slightly ethnic, So there are areas where certain political parties have huge following, and therefore their opponents are not welcome. or people from certain ethnicity are not allowed to be, especially during elections. But like I said, we have pockets of that this year, and it's not as much as it has been the previous years, and it's because of the coming together of President Kenyatta and the Right Honorable former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, who is the opposition leader, because he's a man who really, commands following from across the country. So with them coming together and having that historic handshake in 2018, it somewhat quelled tension in so many parts of this country. But yes, we are seeing some pockets of that bit of violence and businesses shutting down. They're not sure about how things are going to turn out during this election yearing period. So yeah, that is there, but it's not as much as it was a couple of years ago.
Right.
Elections.
Okay. All right, Stephen. I was going to ask you who you're rooting for, but I'm not going to put you on the spot. Maybe later you'll tell me who you're rooting for.
Now, let me tell you. Let me tell you. I think this year's election for Kenyans, it's about who they can trust. And I'm happy that for the first time, I think our politics is centered around issues, the economy of this country. We've been battered just like any other countries with the COVID-19 and all that. And so many people lost jobs, businesses were affected. And so the point is, the campaign, the central theme across all the top political parties here is the economy. How are they going to create jobs and create industries that are going to support Kenya's economy? And so Kenyans are looking for someone who they can trust with their future, someone who they can trust to create jobs, someone who they can trust to create stability, and someone who they can trust to attract investment from other parts of the world. And so it's up to Kenyans to decide, but we are hoping for a very peaceful elections.
All right. I wish you and your country a peaceful elections come August 9th. Thank you so much, Steve Gutu, our development expert. It was great having you.
Thank you very much, Nadine. Have a good afternoon. Bye.
Thank you. All right.